This is particularly relevant in the context of the situation of Northeast in India, where there is still more than around 40, 50 armed groups which are in conflict with the government. And hence, as Ashok has mentioned, the importance of understanding the Armed Forces Special Powers Act in reading torture uh, is relevant. Before I came here, the assembly was discussing whether we should now uh, extend the Disturbed Area Act, which must be notified in order to invoke the Armed Forces Special Powers Act in any state in India. This was a Supreme Court order. So we were discussing and reviewing whether we could do that. And I was of the firm opinion that we should not notify the Disturbed Area Act. And if the state does not notify the Disturbed Area Act, the Armed Forces Special Powers Act will not be in place. Armed Forces Special Powers Act is very simple. It enables and authorizes the Indian Army or any non-commissioned officer to shoot to kill on mere suspicion and to arrest and destroy property on mere suspicion. This immunity they get from this Armed Forces Special Powers Act allows the Indian Army to do anything as they wish, and there have been thousands of cases that we have documented. Anjuman from AHRC has also documented and written a lot on Armed Forces Special Powers Act. It was introduced in 1958. In fact, it's also a spillover of the colonial policies and laws in India. Now I come from that state and I have a different view of how torture also should be looked at from the political dynamics. Because in India, presently, there are a lot of discussions going on, especially on national security, both internal, external, and how laws should be strengthened to support that, and how, in turn, it has affected the perpetuation of acts like AFSPA, in spite of the fact that there are lots of peace processes going on with various armed groups in the region I come from. The act has not been repealed, although there is a lot of report, even by a Supreme Court judge, that this act should be repealed. I'll give you a simple example of a judicial magistrate in 1980 in the state of Manipur was arrested by the Indian Army, tortured, given electric shocks, and almost left to death. But because he was a judicial magistrate, he was not damned or killed, and he was released. He went to court, and the case went on for another 20 years, and it was rejected on the basis that I forgot the exact legal term, but it was just for very flimsical reasons, it was just rejected and pushed away. The judicial magistrate, the particular individual who retired from active government service, tried to file the case again last year in the Supreme Court, but the case was not admitted in the court. This is a very interesting case because even, not to mention suspected local individuals, but even judicial magistrates were tortured and were not given legal recourse to address their issues. The organization called Naga People's Movement for Human Rights had filed a case in the Supreme Court against the Armed Forces Special Powers Act. This act is draconian, is inhuman. It dehumanizes, in fact, the area where it is operational, and it was fought in the Supreme Court. This is relevant because legal provisions or constitutional provisions available within the Constitution of India have been utilized to address this issue of draconian law, exhausted all possible measures, but the Supreme Court in its judgment said that this is necessary in the light of the operations that are being carried out there, and hence we can only issue a list of do's and don'ts, like do not rape, do not kill, which is like meaningless. And I say all this, I bring this dimension because India is one of the largest democracy in the world. In fact, if you look at the different regions of India, since India is a big country, you'll find different levels of conflict in different zones. Intense armed conflict is going on presently in maybe the Jammu Kashmir area, the Pakistan border. Some low intense warfare is going on in the northeastern region where I come from. And then another similar conflict is going on in the Naxalite area, as Ashok Agrawal has mentioned. Now, if you look at different zones, you would find that northeastern region is an area where Armed Forces Special Powers Act is applicable, is implemented, and Jammu and Kashmir is another region where AFSPA is implemented. But in the Naxalite areas, it is not implemented. If you look at the details of AFSPA, you would find that the response given by Ashok Agrawal just now about police and military and the authority. In Assam, where AFSPA is applicable, there is something called the Unified Command. So the army, the paramilitary and the police comes under one command. So they operate jointly to address issues of conflict and insurgency. So it also allows the the amalgamation or convergence of policing where whereas it is not so in other areas where AFSPA is not applicable. It is important because you see in the region where AFSPA is applicable, the area is heavily militarized. And when you have immunity, impunity is on the rise when you have immunity given to you by AFSPA. And so when you have such powers, torture and custodial deaths are a natural or are something which occurs on a daily basis or which people are immune or people are used to it now. There has been series of human rights violations, series of tortures and custodial deaths which have been documented, where cases have been brought in the Supreme Court, turned down. So the human rights community in those areas where I come from and also in Jammu, Kashmir and other areas in the Naxal affected areas have had series of discussion of how to address this, what kind of strategies should be adopted in order to address this issue. So militarization is primary. It is the most discussed, most addressed issue. It is something which is discussed in every gathering, every meeting. So I'm bringing this issue because torture per se cannot be addressed without understanding the larger political dynamics. And we have to address those larger political dynamics because now in the name of national security, many laws are enacted. In fact, in the Naxalite area also, I remember there is something called Prevention of Terrorism Act or Special Security Act. So it is similar in aspect. And the grand vision of custodial national security has to be critically appraised, assessed in a gathering like this where there are experiences from various countries, honorable members from various countries, and many human rights defenders who are experienced in this and who have done a lot of work on these issues, where we'll have to look at this from the different paradigms that exist, even the paradigm of nation state and how the perpetuation of nation state enables certain acts which allows or provides space for torture and custodial deaths to proliferate. In conclusion, I mean, we can still discuss in the sessions to come. in the experiences we have had, there are two critical issues. The tortured need not necessarily or do not necessarily get judicial recourse or remedy is there. Hence, we used to say the tortured and the damned. We are not only tortured but damned, in the sense that since there is immunity and impunity is carried, the tortured is also damned. That is one issue we used to discuss, and this has become a refrain for most of us. There are many examples I can give of how excesses of the paramilitary, of the police, have taken place, which have led to death, rape, and a lot of human rights violation, and redressal mechanisms that are supposedly there have not been able to address or provide redressal to the victims of torture and custodial death. Hence, we need to look at this issue from another paradigm, because in most of the areas where torture and custodial death takes place, it's not only the police, it's not only because of law and order issue, but because of the most important political dynamics that allows these things to happen. So I think we should refocus, look at the whole discussion within that dynamic so that we don't miss out the critical point in discussing torture and custodial death.